Hey, and welcome to the second no-profit developer update. It's taken a little longer than I wanted, but the last update took a longer time, and then I sort of got wrapped up in the second update. There's a bunch of things I want to talk to you about the game. Last week I released the first big update, which I talked about in the last video. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I feel like I could have gotten there quicker if I hadn't had such a long stretch between the first release and the first update, which is why successive updates are going to come faster. In fact, the next one is going to come this week, and it's going to contain a complete read on equipment. There's going to be a bunch of new cards, a bunch of new status effects, and some new items as well. It's currently already in the beta. There's read on armor and read on weapons, but all the miscellaneous equipment I'm going to read you in the next couple of days, and then release it probably towards the end of this week. And then after that, probably 2 weeks later, so early mid-December, is gonna be a version that has a lot of changes to the events themselves. So overhauling events, adding a lot of new events. One thing I'm not happy with is how the fortifications, which are sort of the red combat nodes on the map, how they work. They're sort of too often you can sort of avoid a combat in there, and they don't seem special and like fortified enough. And I want to sort of write up an entire new class of events specifically for these nodes. So when you go there, you have a little bit of a harder challenge in the event itself, but maybe even better rewards as well. So then you also know, like, there's this sort of clever, it's like, say 7 or 10 events that can happen on a beast node, maybe, depending on how many I can write, because there's a bunch of factions, and, you know. And you know, all right, this one has this sort of like special option, and this one has this special option, so you can, if you know the game, sort of plan with it. All right, so that's what's coming next. This week there's going to be an update with the items, and then 2 weeks later there's going to be an update with a bunch of new event stuff. And of course lots of miscellaneous fixes, interface improvements, and sort of bug fixes as I go along as well. Also, what I wanted to briefly speak on is an article I wrote on sort of the 5 weeks of the launch. It goes into the numbers, the sales, and sort of my thoughts behind it, why I went with itch instead of Steam, answers a few questions there. So that one's up on GAMSUTRA. You'll be able to find the link sort of in the box below. And I also wanted to talk about mobile. I've had the game running on the tablet for a while now. It's really good to sort of present when you're on the go at a conference or whatever. And that always worked fine, but I never sort of put it on a phone because I feel like the phone is very cramped. It's really hard to control all the things. But I spoke to somebody the other day and they mentioned, just why don't you try it, which is a very good idea. So I did. I did try it. I did create a version, put it on my iPhone, and it's a little bit cramped and tiny, sort of very close together. And there's a lot of UI things that don't work on touch yet. But it's looking very promising, so I'm pretty sure I'll do a mobile release eventually. It's not going to be the first platform, so I'm not going to release mobile at the same time I'm going to do PC and Mac Linux. There's a bunch of stuff to do to make that feel nice and sort of intuitive on a touch platform. But it's definitely going to come. I'm pretty sure it's a good decision to change the game and kind of polish it up for mobile. Alright, that's it for this week. Enjoy the video and talk to you some other time.